What's up, everybody? It's Indie Music Live. As always, I am JoeJoeKeys, and I'm sitting here with Mr. David. I had a really good nickname for you, but I can't think of it right now. But I thought of a really good one earlier. I don't remember what it was, though. You can think of your own nicknames tonight.
Skip it, Joe. Mr. Granny Panties is, I think it's classic. Like, it is a classic, yeah, but we need some fresh ones. Hey, and Beezy just popped in the room.
Oh, boy.
In the 13th hour. We're not sure if we can patch him in tonight, but we'll try. So, got some updates, Joe. Got plenty of updates, brother.
As always.
Yeah, so we're going to be covering Music Coin in the intro, as always now. So yeah,
really?
It's in. Yeah. Might as well. I'll send you an email in a few months about it. But what's really interesting, there's two things I want to cover. The first thing is it's interesting working on a project that has a tradable stock, and it's a startup in that sense. So, once we started launching some news and we came out of beta, the stock starts moving, it, jumps up and dips down and up and down. And we get so many questions about that in the forum. People are just like, what's going on? Is news coming out? Like, what should I do? Should I buy? Should I sell? What the hell? And there's different groups of people that are like buying the stock, which is also the coin. It's also the token that's used when people play and tip and like songs inside a music coin. So it's like multi-purpose, which is really interesting, and it's open market. So people are asking us for advice, and we're just like, man, what do you want us to say? It's just like, it's a publicly traded stock right now, and we don't know what, all we're going to say is like news about the company, news about, press coming out, new features on the platform. But
so here's what I like about it, though. Here's my favorite part about this is, you told me about this before. So what's up, Soul Planet? Good to see everyone playing your music. Vega, hello. Bill Moore, thanks for joining. Everybody can share this out, get some more people in here. We're going to be listening to some awesome music tonight. But more on the music coin tip. The cryptocurrency thing, if you're into that at all, it's cool in that, array or whatever you want to say, in that way. The other cool thing for me is when you discovered how to send your actual coins to the Bittrex exchange site and actually turn them into music coins, right? But
sure.
There, you can trade them with other currencies if you'd like. But the coolest thing about it for me is that when I transferred my 300, 400 some odd coins, it was worth like $3. Now it's worth like 12.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
and
I want to
overnight pretty much.
Right. No, I know. I want to talk about that aspect. We're all trying to be neutral on this stuff, but I can just explain from what I see the reason for that. So one of the reasons that the stock like just starts soaring is we've been releasing news, and I really feel that's like what this project is. That's what artists want. Like, people want change in the industry. People want to invest in what we're doing. They just want to be a part of it. They want to contribute. But over time, later in the year, as the stock goes up, that's great for artists. Artists want the coin to rise in value because they get more money per play, but it's not going to go to like, $50 or something, because that would mean it's $50 a play. So listeners are going to want it to go down, but then investors are going to want it to go up. So it's just kind of moving like that. And it's interesting, and but it's open market. It's like I just want to say to the people watching in the forum, it's like, what? I don't know what you want for like people. They post news in the forum. They're like, oh, this was a scam. The Enterprise Ethereum Alliance that's all they're going to release for news. That's not even close. That was like one bit of news. We got a ton of stuff coming with press over the next like few weeks. And it's just, I'm trying not to get like sucked into that like crazy discussion, because the whole trading discussion's like, oh, pump and dump. Oh, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah. So the other cool thing is that where, you mentioned earlier, we're earlier in the week earlier in the month, last week, about we're merging the blogs and stuff. So you guys can go to the website and check out some nice, fresh new articles related to, Music Coin, related to writing music and and written by a lot of the Music Coin community guys. So that's going to be really cool. There'll be a lot more content coming out there. We also have some new reviews up. We played the new the Mood Kings song a couple weeks ago, Texarkana. We have the review up for that. And also the new Freud's Couch song. Also, I think is that up yet?
Right. Not yet. That's the next one that's going to be posted. Yeah. And so much going on right now. We've been a little delayed on reviews, but we just got Mood Kings up, and we're getting caught up right now this week.
Yeah. So let's go.
One more thing, Joe. One more thing, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me like a minute on this, dude. This is kind of important news to me. I've a new feature at Music Coin, because up to this point it was like mainly just it's music. And artists are uploading songs, and that's what the platform is. People are kind of looking at it like SoundCloud, Spotify, and everything. But I've been pushing to add this, just a new classification, because people are starting to do it anyway, and that is upload podcasts. People are uploading podcasts. They're uploading stand-up comedy, like live recordings, like radio shows now. And we created a genre in the charts, in the upload section when you choose for podcasts and for live recordings. It's like, to me, that's enormous, because you look at the podcasting market, it is just so big. Hundreds of millions of podcasts out there, and everybody right now, they go and pay a monthly fee to get hosted on SoundCloud, Podbean, and everything else, $15 a month or something, and then they make no money on the plays. So it's like, okay, you can upload your podcast to Music Coin. There's no monthly fee, and you earn coins for each play, which you cash out on BitDirect. I'm like, that's no brainer. Like, I'm excited about that part. So there's some, for all the guys in the forum, there's some news for you, because it's probably going to like more than double the database.
All right.
And and we got more press coming out. So it's yeah. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So I gave you your minute, man. You're up. Yeah. Get out your notes. Look at the times. Let's listen to Soul Planet. They're hanging out in the room tonight, and we played some of their music before, I believe. This song is pretty cool. It's a party tune, man. Dave's drinking some Arrogant Bastard, and I'm drinking some Dunkin' Donuts. So whoever wants to promote us, we're fishing for promotions. This is Soul Planet, Getting Down, Indie Music Live. Share this out, everybody.
Full speed, give a nod to a higher power, freak body revelations. I'm here for your soul, sending love and stimulation. Simulations of power, tweak eagles out of whack, grab hold to the wind. Let me show you where it's at. In fact, I'm a little older now, I'm gonna give a directive. Put something on your mind and change your perspective, cause you think you're making choices already selected. Beautiful little packages, media projected, but this hustler's being resurrected. No need to get scared, and no disrespect, man. This what's intended. All lies, bullshit shall be amended. I don't need the whole planet to know the soul planet is getting down. I don't need the whole planet to know the soul planet is getting down. I don't need the whole planet to know the soul planet is getting down. I don't need the whole planet to know it's getting down. Yeah. Soul planet's getting down. Yeah, planet. Ha! Back in the day it all began. Me and some friends, riding father sins in the wind, pimpish vibe. Even till his day still alive, pimpish style. Brothers regal, like the Nile, we the truth. Do you seek it, tweet it, repeat it, or delete it? We know it's what you all really needed. Master lovers, the hidden true talent of brothers we discovered. Trying to live the love of black mothers with the flow. We rep the love and open the door, give me more. It's what the crowd around Queens for, so for sure. The ancient love we did grow, now you know. Here to break the sadness and roll, here we go. I don't need the whole planet to know the soul planet is getting down. I don't need the whole planet to know the soul planet is getting down. I don't need the whole planet to know the soul planet is getting down. You don't really want to know the soul planet is getting down.
Indie Music Live, Soul Planet, Getting Down. Be Easy finally made it in the house. We've been waiting for you. So he's here, and let's go ahead. He's writing a new review for us on the website. It's going to be out soon, but let's talk about this song first. What do you think, dude?
It had a very like early 90s vibe.
Yeah.
At the same time, it was the vibe of like an early 90s movie that kicked you to the 1930s. Like, does that make sense to anybody? Like Vega Cortez said, it sounds like something that you could hear playing at the speakeasy. So it definitely sounds like something that you would go into like a little jazz club and hear, like a hole in the wall somewhere that nobody knows about, but I was digging it. It was a real like positive song.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like the early 90s feel on it. That's kind of what grabbed me, but also like the funkiness of it is what I liked.
It brought back funk, like get down, like get down.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
Hey, Beezy, what, you hear any Will Smith in that tune, dude?
Actually, off the Wild Wild West, his delivery, it was like a cross between Will Smith and Kumo D.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was feeling, man.
Like, it definitely had that Wild Wild West kind of vibe to it, but like I said, it's that early 90s. Will Smith's delivery was just his interpretation of Kumo D's delivery, you know what I'm saying, from the 80s. So it's like, it's jazz, it's hip hop, it's funk. It's like, I'm saying it's 90s, but at the same time, it's kind of like classic and timeless. Because when you hear it, it's like, hey, that's a good vibe.
It was definitely an easy pick for the show. So let's see here, Dave. Let's do some music news. Oh, wow.
Yeah, let's talk about some recent stuff, man.
All right, so the obvious thing, okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is something that I thought was kind of funny. So everybody knows who Pandora is, right? And what they're doing. They're making some big changes recently. Let me get my own graphic up here. So I thought this story is interesting. I think this is off of Music Biz World Online or something like that, whatever. It's credited in the picture there. But Pandora came out with a new logo, and guess who doesn't like it?
Periscope. PayPal, yes.
It looks just like the PayPal logo. It says, according to PayPal suit, Pandora's new P logo, pictured on the right, unveiled last year, is just too similar to PayPal's own corporate identity. PayPal goes as far to accuse Pandora of deliberately copying elements of its own P-based badge. I just thought that was kind of funny. You have any thoughts on that? That's funny.
I do. It almost it kind of bleeds into like the Spotify stuff going on right now of these like old paradigm streaming projects that are, it's almost like they're desperate. It's like they're desperate to like save their brand. They're desperate to like try and build the business to get like a rush of money so they can sell it, because dude, these like the debt is rising and everything else is dry. Like it's just, it's kind of sad to watch. It really is. That's the first thing I thought of. Like I looked at this. It's like what they're trying to get, that brand recognition in people's heads with a similar logo, so that people
everybody's on the mobile device is kind of what it was. So
for what though? So more people join like by accident. It's like, it's so dumb.
I just thought it was funny. So the other obvious music news story this week is what just happened yesterday. Is the big blast in the UK. And, you know, I knew this was going to start happening, where they're going to start hitting concerts, and, you know, because they've been doing malls and all this stuff, but it's just so sad. I was like really, you know, not torn up about it because I wasn't there and I'm not involved, but it's just so sad to watch this go on, and this, you know, now concerts, and anybody at a concert or you know, a performer has to really take this seriously now and worry about it. So I don't know. Have you left the house recently, Dave? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, no, it's brutal, because you know, seeing this, it reminds me of a lot of past stories, you know, even like Metallica, Guns N' Roses. I mean, there's tons of bands over the years where they had these nights that just like changed the course of their lives. And they're always like identified with it for the rest of their career, that just this tragic event, and it's not their fault, you know, and they get kind of attached to that story, and it's just brutal.
In fact, they could be more of a target than anybody, you know, because they're up on stage. You get close enough, and that causes even more. So anyway, The other big music news is anybody who was a teenager in the 90s knows who I'm talking about when I mention the name Chris Cornell. You're into the grunge scene. Let's go to the second graphic. There we go. That was the most recent picture that I could find of him. And in my opinion, there's a lot more to the story than we know about, I think. But this is one of those artists that when I heard it in the morning, so the morning I woke up, I saw on Twitter, it said Roger Ailes dies. And I was like, okay. Right below it says Chris Cornell died. And I was like, no. And it was like 5 a.m. My neighbor, it was just unbelievable to me. I don't know. But when I look at that picture and look at another one, it just doesn't look like the same dude. Older, but it just doesn't look like the same guy. It looks like there's a lot of conflict going on there. So
you think there's something else going on there? I don't. Yeah, let's not get into the conspiracy theories, but just I don't know. Yeah, Chris Cornell. That was the best. My favorite concert in my entire life was I used to live in Sydney, Australia, and there was like a hotel down the street, and it was a popular hotel, and I was just having a drink, and people are like, oh yeah, Smashing Pumpkins and Soundgarden is playing. I'm like, come on, dude, what? I got in there. It was like 300 people in there, and it was just, it was the most amazing show. Yeah.
That's a good story.
Oh yeah. But yeah, the voice, man, just being part of the whole grunge movement. Yeah. He's a legend, dude.
Cool. All right, so moving on and catching up, we're going to just move on. So anybody likes Chris Cornell, let's tell you have a good story about Soundgarden or anything, put it in the comments. Let's share this video out and get a lot more people in here. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Allie, it's good to see you. Jason Bryant was here. Vega, we got Be Easy in the house. A bunch of other people. My phone reset, so I don't see any of the recent comments. Calamari just came in.
There we go.
Music as well. So let's go ahead and bring in the featured artist of the week. I haven't actually mentioned them yet on the show, but we do have a featured artist tonight, and you all have heard his music before. We've played it on the show before, and we all liked it so much that it was an easy choice. I've been talking to him for a couple of weeks, and here he is. We're talking to Mr. Bennett Hughes out of Pennsylvania. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. I'm glad that you were able to rent out the studio for the interview.
Yeah, it's nice when you can pull that off.
Now, is that your studio you're in?
Yeah, that's my studio that we're here.
Cool,
yeah.
Awesome. It's a very nice backdrop. So this part of the show, we have you just kind of introduce yourself, a little bit about your music, and if you could, take a minute or so and do that, and then whenever you're complete, you can introduce your song Lost and Found, and then we're going to come back after the song and get deeper with Dave.
Sweet. All right. Well, yeah, my name's Bennett Hughes. Originally from East Coast of Canada. I've been living in Hershey for the past 3 years. I've been doing music full time. I've been producing some records, engineering records. I've been working on my own records for the past 15 years or so. I also teach a class in music technology and music production. So, man, I try to write songs just to spread a little hope. I love the rock genre. I love rock guitars. I love big drums. So for me, putting all those pieces together, it's been fun for 15 years. I hope it's fun for another 75. This song, Lost and Found, is very autobiographical. I find I write a lot of those songs from experience. I like those tracks. And so this is Lost and Found. It features a couple buddies of mine, Harry Vaughn on drums, Patrick Andy on bass, a killer Chris Hathcock kicking some lead guitar there at some point. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I appreciate you guys listening to it. Lost and Found.
Right on.
You heard stories about this wrecking ball. I am. Yeah, you don't know me, but you're curious. Man, what the kid thinking heard he's praying for us. I am. I was lost, robbed, talking to talk. Yeah, never really knowing
Lots of awesome comments coming in on the Facebook post in particular. That's the only one I'm able to watch. I know we're on YouTube too, but we have a lot bigger audience on Facebook. So that's where we hang out. So if you want to come and talk to us, facebook.com/Indie Music Plus. Like it, love it, share it. Bennett, we're going to go ahead and get deeper with Dave.
Sounds scary.
Deeper with Dave. We have the song coming. It's going to get there.
Deeper with...
Oh,
you're just... I had something prepared and you just took over. Oh man.
I can keep going.
No, please stop. Please. All right. Bennett, man. Yeah, I was telling you before the show, dude. I was rocking out hard to this thing, man. I got a lot of thoughts on this. I mean,
cool.
Watching live here, it's like the hearts and the thumbs up were just going nuts when they were playing, and we don't always see that. So
that's cool.
The people like it. Everyone likes it.
Cool. Oh, that's awesome, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. So the first thing that jumped out to me for a point was all the influences and the time frame of it. So I guess going the farthest back, I was thinking like the Ramones and Iggy Pop, like early punk and rock. It's in there, dude. It's in there.
Absolutely. No, totally.
You can just tell them to shut up. No, sorry.
No, so let's start with that. We'll cover each piece. And what are your thoughts? Have you ever heard that as a reference?
I feel like I've gotten the Pixies before. I've gotten a lot of more now. I get Mute Math and I get Muse. People you tend to miss Bob Dylan. And I was a huge Slow Train fan. That record rocked me for, I think I listened to Slow Train. It's got my favorite guitar player, Mark Knopfler, on guitar as well.
Oh yeah, so, I love him. Yes.
I think I listened to that record straight for like 2 years.
Dire Straits, yes.
Yeah. But there's some of that punk stuff, absolutely, for sure.
But yeah, Bennett,
probably more.
Yeah. So here's a thought: is like if Muse covered a Ramones song,
and we called it Green Day early, it would probably be right.
Sure. Yeah. No, because and the reason I say that is because it's so tight and it's so well produced. So most punk and most, like punk rock, especially early 70s, 80s, dude, the mix on that was terrible. Like the tone, that guitars out of tune,
of the whole thing didn't matter. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what's interesting about this is it has that feel to it, yet it's so clean and modern and fresh. And so the next point is that Joe and I have been a broken record about this for like over a year about how much rock songs we get that the reference is like 20, 30 years old and that's it. Like there's no like fresh reference from the past 5 years. So you're mixing, there's some techno in there, dude.
Sure.
There's some like it's so tight, it's so clean. There's not noise. And it all just like gels together and works for me, dude. It's cool. Such a unique sound. So like kudos to you for that.
Hey man, thanks. Yeah. I grew up listening to a lot of weird music. It's my mom's fault. So you end up, you're growing up listening to like, I wouldn't go out of my way to listen to Paula Abdul, but that's what my mom was into. So like you listen to Paula Abdul and you grow up and you listen to, you get into Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin and the Beatles. And I'm a huge Tom Petty and George Harrison fan. And so that stuff starts to come in. And then one day you just kind of start regurgitating something that still sounds like you, but it probably grabbing from all these different kind of pieces.
No, man, everyone knows, the brain is a sponge in those first few years. So what your mom is playing in the house, that has an influence. You have no choice. My mom played a lot of Bee Gees.
Sure.
I'm like 10 years old and like Barry Manilow and stuff. I'm 10 years old and I suddenly realized I know every word to every song.
Every word to this song. Yeah. There's some Madonna albums I could sing for you from bottom to top, I wouldn't say, and it's cool. For a while, you're 22, you're like, I'm not going to tell anybody that I know these records inside out, but so that's cool, man. I'm glad you guys dig the tunes. That's cool.
Yeah, you get a little older, man, you don't care. Just tell it like it is.
You're just trying to make good music. Yeah.
And so the other interesting aspect.
Music, then...
The the other unique aspect of what you're doing is, so you produce, you engineer, you actually play most of the instruments. And I did a couple albums like that myself. And I want to ask you this question. Sure. What I got about, like, how do I say this? What felt so good about it, doing a couple albums where I played everything, is that I was able to create exactly what I heard in my head. Because that's how I write music. It just comes in a rush. I hear all the parts and I just wanted to get it down exactly how I wanted to. Yeah. So it was like cathartic, just like going through that and just completing it and being like, I can relax, because it's just like I couldn't stop until I got it exactly how I heard it. So there's that part. And the other part, I played and toured with bands for about 10 years. And when we made albums, everyone played their part, and it was, the collaboration aspect of it was awesome. I enjoyed it because, people were creating new sounds and melodies that didn't even cross my mind. And it was like, and you gelled again. It's like, wow, man, I really like how this came out. That's not how I would have done it, but that's cool. So it's like, neither one is like wrong or right. So what are your thoughts on just all of that part?
I think like just having the opportunity to be creative, and I used to play in bands as well, and I still play in my band here at church from time to time if I'm not behind a soundboard. But I think at the end of the day, you can stick up roadblocks and kind of say, well, I'm not going to do anything anymore because I don't have a band, or I don't really have a big role in this band, so I'm not going to say anything. Instead of kind of looking at the roadblocks, just trying to continue creating. And that's what I've been trying to do. It's tough at times. You're the only person, and you're doing everything, and, you have your own limitations, and, whether it's whatever, but just to keep going and in the moment where you're at, in the position where you're at, where I am right now, I love to create. I have loved to create ever since I was young, and I found my mother's guitar in the closet. I've loved to play and sing, and the fact that we can multi-track and layer upon layer, like, for me, that's fun.
Yeah.
I don't see it as, cheating or anything like that. If anything, it can be harder without a band, because you've got to kind of be the band.
Yeah, it's more pressure. It's all on your shoulders. Yeah.
And you're trying not to make it sound like it's just you. You're trying to make it sound like, it's an effort. Because if I just play the guitar the same way every time, it's going to be really boring and uninteresting. Yeah.
So Bennett, Matt, would love to chat more with you. We got to move on with the show, but before you leave, tell people where they can find you online, like social and website or anything.
Absolutely. And guys, thank you so much for having me. You guys can find me at BennettHughes.com, and you can find me at Bennett Hughes. All the links are there for Facebook, for Twitter, for my Bandcamp page, and you can go there and just listen to that whole track. There is a killer guitar solo by my buddy Chris Hathcock. That's going to happen 5 seconds later after we chopped her off.
All right, dude.
Guys, thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Don't be take care, man. Dude.
All right. I guess I'm just doing the transition, right, Joe? I'm prepared for this. You're waiting for me to mess up right now.
Maybe hanging out with us a little bit longer and giving us some thoughts too. But we got 3 tunes to listen to. We have a total of 5 songs tonight. Normally we do 4, but we have so many submissions coming in now that we have to do more songs. So Dave, what are we listening to next?
Heartshaped Rock by Abby K. Thank you very much.
Ground behind me, slowly fading away. Was time reversed or just a gift? Feelings had unrehearsed, or was it just another lesson learned? Choices made like a book amongst the shelves overlooked, just waiting for the story to be told. You'll always be my summer, the one that never came. You'll always be the stars and moon that hide behind the rain. Looking back to know I tried with love and couldn't find the grass behind and years beyond. I'll keep with you in mind. trust, claim a waiting game I couldn't play. Hopeful it would somehow always change. Self-seeking, keeping far apart, yet eager to consume my heart. Naked on the line, nothing returned. Then I awoke from a day that was never yours anyway. Back to where I was supposed to be. Don't sweetly sip from the drink, devoured to the missing link of knowing what it was that never was. You'll always be my summer, the one that never came. You'll always be the stars and moon that hide behind the rain. Looking back to know I tried with love and couldn't find. Past behind and years beyond, I'll keep with you in mind. I'll stop asking what's the meaning, why it was we met. Take the path of least resistance to a life with no regrets. I'll sing a different tune of notes, just who I wanna be. Still knowing how to love, just not giving up my heart so easily.
All right, it looks like Abby K is here in the house, and I may have possibly made a mistake. That never happens, ever. Well, maybe
Never.
once in a while. I think I may have put the wrong title on that song. I apologize if that's true, but that's how I saw it when it came in. That's I really try to be very cautious and precise about this stuff. But that was Heartshaped Rock. Heartshaped Rock, as far as I know. But she said, "Hey, this is my song with you in mind." So I apologize if I messed that up. But good stuff. Good stuff. We're indie music plus, which means there's no specific genre that we are attached to. It's all just about independent music. Abby was kind enough to submit her song on the website, and here we are. We're now listening to it. I like all genres of music. Country isn't really my strongest point, but when I do like country, it's the older style, kind of what she's doing. Like Be Easy said in the comments, it's kind of a young Dolly. So easy. Send her up. You're up, dude.
Actually, don't ask me how I know Dave. Don't ask me any questions. All right, Dolly Parton has a lot of movies that came on HBO when I was younger. That's all I gotta say. But no, she actually sounds like a young Dolly Parton. Like, if anybody's familiar with country music and you're familiar with Dolly Parton's actual music and not just her acting career, like, her voice is very similar to the point where it was like, hey, that sounds like Dolly. But I actually like country music, so I like the song. I could definitely see myself taking shots of Jack Daniels.
I can see you taking shots of Jack Daniels too.
Couple quarters in the jukebox, and this being one of the songs that just so happens to be played. So, like, Abby, thumbs up.
Everybody in the comments saying really nice track. Everybody liked it, so appreciate you submitting your track. Anybody have any other thoughts before we move on? We got to keep listening.
Yeah.
But I know we're gonna.
Yeah, I could see Beezy doing shots at Jack in pretty much any situation in life.
Yeah,
in life. Period.
I mean, it just. But no, this is a song. I agree with you, Joe. In terms of the country genre, I don't listen to it much, but I do respect the old school stuff more than the new, because I've never been into like the country rock crossover, like arena country stuff. Like it just, I don't know. For some reason, I'm just not into that. I don't like that scene. But yeah, if this song was released in the late 50s or 1975, I don't think people would flinch. It's got that like old feel to it. She seems like a nice, sweet young lady, and it was a nice song. It just brings you back, you know.
There are still small towns where music like this is very
yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah. I know, like, I'm a big city guy, but I got family from down south. I've traveled to the south. Like, there are still towns where, you know what I'm saying, like, there are girls like this that's making money playing at the same bar maybe once or twice a week. But
yeah, the purists, like the country purists,
this is it. Like, if you're into country, this is it. But I look at country like it's almost the same as rap. Like, they have similar stories. It's like the blues, rap, country, everything has the same kind of connotations to it, because we're all human. So it's like love, loss, disappointment. Maybe you're depressed, maybe you're stressed. like what I like about country music is that it's similar to rap in the style of, I've heard a whole bunch of country songs about just turning up, getting drunk with your red Solo cups.
Yeah. No,
I can't remember who made that song, but I definitely liked it. But it did sound a little dated. It is a little dated. I agree with you. 1975, 1980.
No, but Matt Beasy, it's about time you make a good point. It's been like 3 or 4 months since you made a really good point.
I mean, you know what? I've been paying attention to Deeper with Dave. I got an intro for that too.
All right, we'll work on it. All right.
All right, let's go on to the next tune. We're right on time now, guys. This is great. So, Be Easy, you know this guy, P the Great.
Yes, he is great. By the way,
we're gonna listen to his new. I don't know if this is his new tune, but this is the one that was recently submitted to us. I guess you say this Bay. I don't use that word, but it's a popular term now, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
You ever been in love with somebody that you hate? Y'all gonna call me crazy on this one, but sometimes I see Bay and be like, man, I really fucking need you. Like, I'm glad you're around. But other times I wanna throw you down a flight of fucking stairs. I remember when I first met her. She was coolin' with my cousin and my older sister. She was chillin' in the kitchen, damn, I wanna get her. So seductive when you see it, you just wanna kiss her. She the shit and she know it, wanted by all the niggas. She kinda cheap, till she hook you, then she'll take all your figures. She aim to please for the moment, shawty's a go-getter. She got no preference, she poppin' for bitches, switch hitter. She bought the smiles out of everybody, she was a spark. I told my sis introduce me, she said you want no parts. I kept on begging, she said okay, you get one shot. I was young and stupid, should've listened from the start. She was so radiant, had my whole body getting hot. For some odd reason, when she around, I'm a different person. She bring the cool out of nigga, neither hyper or nervous. I can't call it, but I'm wavy and groovy, that's for certain. Got my words slurring, but I feel perfect. Where she at? I want her, I need her. I swear I'm lost without her. I really need to see her every time I pick her up. She always hold me down, swear life's so much better whenever she come around. Yesterday she rocked the gold, today she rocked the brown. She so royal when she steppin', she the queen, she hold the crown. I just need some solo time with her before I see my friend, cause I be stressing when
Indie Music Live, episode 75. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us on Tuesday nights. This show's been growing, and we're doing an hour-long, 45 minutes to 60 minutes, hour-long show every week now, and it's been going great. We've been getting a lot of good responses, and so just make sure that you come here every Tuesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Rob, when you can, we're going to bring on Bennett to give a little comments on this if we can in a second. So, because Be Easy knows P, I guess, right, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's giving his opinion. So what I'm curious, we'll give our opinions, but I'm curious when we're able, okay, so Rob's able to get Bennett on there. Is Bennett, what are you, from a guy from Canada that doesn't really listen to rap, you said, what are your thoughts?
I didn't say I didn't listen to rap.
Well, I was taking a piss. I didn't really hear what you said, to be honest, but that's the vibe I got.
No, I listen to rap, and I get to work with some hip hop as well.
Okay, cool.
So I work with a band. Nowadays they're called Truce. They got some cool stuff. You check them out. This track reminded me kind of like 2000. This reminded me a lot of Tupac. I mean, that's what I got out of this. And then maybe a little bit. Just this brings me back to like I'm 18 years old, and I just met my wife for the first time, and we're driving and we're listening to Dr. Dre, The Chronic. That's what it kind of brought me back. That beat. Just the beat. It's a simple beat. It's a loop. It sounds good. You can kind of ease into it, and you can, listen to whatever the guy is throwing at you.
Yeah, man. I heard some Notorious in this one. Biggie Smalls. I mean,
I feel like it's I feel like it was East West Coast, but maybe a little mix of the both. But
no, but what grabbed me more than like the references to this one, just like in all music, is how it moves me. So like this was hypnotic, man. Like this,
it's that loop, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. It's you can't. I don't think I've said this in like 6 months, but I used to say this a lot. It's just, this is not a song that you can like just put in the background when you're like doing chores or something. When this comes on, it's like you want to just like sit down and just like vibe to, like it really pulls you in, like in like that hypnotic piece of it. Like it just, I don't know, it makes you want to just like focus on it and really get into it. Like I loved it. I really love this one, man.
Dave, you got to check out the comments. Vega's telling, he's like, Dave, stop.
What?
So funny. Soul Planet loved it. I'm glad you guys are still hanging out with. Calamari says very heartfelt. Cool. So I appreciate all your opinions. We know what Be Easy thinks about it. So we're going to bring him back after this. But Dave, Rob, whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and go to the next and last tune of the night. This is a former featured artist. This guy, the guy that we had on, his name's Jamie, and he's a really cool dude. I've been talking with him recently, and I really like him a lot. And their music is cool. They've been around for like 20 years, so they're pretty old school, if you will. This is Royal Ruckus with their brand new song "Wounded by Love." You can catch out the video on YouTube. Share this out.
When you walked into my life,
Cracking me up. Thanks for everybody for hanging out with us. I don't know who's still here, but we got Bobby Stamps. My friend Tim Newton was in the house, if he's still not here. Soul Planet, thanks. Kathy Westveer, Bobby Stamps. I don't know if I said him all right. Calamari's still here hanging out. Calamari, I'm glad you come hang out every week, man. I appreciate everything you do. So I'm JoeJoeKeys, Indie Music Live, episode 75. That was Royal Ruckus with Wounded by Love.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you mentioned Bobby Stamps yet. Just wanted to call
Bobby
him
Stamps
out
is
there.
here, Case, and Allison, and Bobby Stamps.
Yeah, so that's 5
and
times.
Calamari's here too.
No, Jamie, awesome dude. He was featured artist. I don't know, 2-3 months ago. I can't remember, but funny. He's a funny guy, and I always think of the band Cake when I hear their stuff. But obviously, there's more hip hop and a touch of just more into the rap. You know, a different production style. But this, like, I always really listen to the lyrics with this stuff because it's really funny, man. It's like it's thoughtful and it tells a story, and there's, like he said when he was on the show, there's like a full story usually behind each song. And but yeah, Beezy, what do you think of this one?
Wait a minute, Bobby Boo Bobby Bennett. Okay, Bobby Stamps, everybody.
I actually think it is a decent song. Now, before I say this, shout out to Jamie, shout out to Royal Ruckus. I actually have listened to other songs of you guys because we follow each other on Twitter. But I felt like lyrically, they could have went a little bit harder. It was a little bit simplistic.
I had a feeling you might say that.
It was just a little bit simplistic in the delivery, the cadence, and even the rhyme pattern that they chose. It was really predictable. So that's the only thing I didn't like about it. But overall, that beat, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the kind of like techno-y vibe to it. It actually sounded like something that Eminem would have killed back in the day.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying totally, but I think that's the challenge when you're blending all the genres that they do.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's why I said overall, it is definitely a decent song. Like, and that's not to take away from Royal Ruckus because everybody's not gonna approach the song the same way. I'm basing that off my opinion and how I probably would approach the song.
Yeah, I hear you.
Everybody does different types of music, but I definitely liked it for what it was. I like Royal Ruckus. Like, they're the type of guys that when you hear them on a track, you know, like, okay, this is real. They're not just pretending to like rap or, you know what I'm saying, just trying to capitalize off of it. Like, I can tell that they have passion in it, but I would have liked to see a little bit more lyricism in there.
No, and they're also the type of guys you want to hang out with, and they got a pretty good fan base that supports them. I think they have like a Patreon page that helps support their albums and everything. Yeah,
they just celebrated 20 years not too long ago, so they've been around for a while, you know. But what he had Rob. Sorry, here for 2 seconds. his dog's barking the ground. All of a sudden I hear this, stop it. What are we doing? Anyway, nobody heard that or saw that anyway. But they've been around a long time. And even what Jamie told me that they weren't necessarily rappers either, like in particular his partner. So, you know.
And again, that's great. And that's what I'm saying. Like, to not have started off like that,
yeah,
and be where you are now, like, it's great. But again, it's just the opinion of somebody who's like just been doing it for so long. Like, I just like the word play. I like manipulating words. I wanted to hear more of that. But the song was very dope. It was very hip hop. It was it could be played in a techno spot. I could hear it at a house party and all that. Like I said, that sounds like the type of beat that Eminem would have been rapping on around maybe the Slim Shady LP when it first came out.
Cool. All right, so I guess it's about time to wrap this baby up. I do want to mention, if anybody has any last words, you can feel free to cut me off and say something. But what I do want to mention is lately...
Don't kill me, Jamie. Shout out to Royal Records.
I think he's a cool guy. He'll be all right. He can take some constructive criticism. That's what we're all about here on this show too. Is, you know, we tell you what we think about the song, but we're also doing it so that you hear what people have to say about your songs. And if you can handle it, well, then you're gonna be able to work that and get better. We have a lot of people that submit their songs and even come on the show and maybe come back later that tell us. And this is the easiest prime example because this is kind of how he got into our fold. Is like we did a review on him. We gave it an honest opinion of what we thought. And now he's our friend, and now he can help us give constructive criticisms. And, you know, we want to keep building that with everybody else. So please keep coming back on Tuesday nights, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, and Indie Music Live. The one thing that I did want to mention as I burp is, I had to tell you, I'm just gonna go and look strange. The coolest thing is that we're doing recently is on the weekends we've been having some sales, and I just want to give you a little hint that this weekend is going to be the best sale we've ever had. It's going to be the last time that you're going to see it for a few months, so you may want to go check it out. I'm just letting you know. So anyway, Dave, any final words this evening?
And I'm sure they're going to get an email update for that, right?
They will get an email update as well.
All right, cool. Yeah, man, that's it. Just just a final word again. I just want to remind people about MusicCoin. Like, go to indiemusicplus.com. We have a banner in the sidebar that says join MusicCoin. Just click that because you need an invite link. And then Joe and I will follow you and we'll add some coins to your account. And but yeah, you guys got to see what's going on with this project because we've merged together like Indie Music Plus and MusicCoin, and it's the most exciting news that since the birth of Indie Music Plus is working on this project. So
yeah, and if anything on the other side of that, if you don't know what cryptocurrency is or Bitcoin, start learning about it because this is truly the new turn that the music business is going to take. And we're
the future, man. Yeah, reach out to us. Reach out to Joe or I. Like, hit us on Facebook or Twitter. I'll call you on Skype. You know, I'll chat with you guys.
Yep.
Just let us know.
We're big advocates and ambassadors. Yes, Rob. Oh yeah, be easy. Oh yeah, you're still here. Be easy. Good to see you, man.
I'm always here, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the room right now. Shout out Calamari. I see you're always everywhere on Twitter. You're on Facebook.
Oh yeah, man.
Instagram. Shout out Vega Cortez, Allison, Bobby, Lincoln Plowman, everybody that's in the comments. Also, be sure to check out my page. I'm gonna leave you guys a link, or I'm gonna say something so you can follow me, add me. I got a lot of freestyle videos I've been posting up right now. That's like the thing I'm doing right now just to show other rappers that really not messing with me. Sorry, I had to get competitive there, Dave.
Hey, man, it's all right, man. Be yourself.
Shout out to all the independent artists that's been sending in their music. Keep going. Things get rocky. You just hang in there, and there's going to be brighter days. Trust me, Dave tries to tell me that all the time. I still keep depressing stuff on Twitter. Ignore that stuff. It's
Hey, yeah, final word. Finally, my final word. I don't think we've ever seen this. We have more people watching live than we did in the beginning. I don't think we've ever seen that.
Well, we did have about this much, but it went down. It's just funny because now it's popping up. But anyway, everybody can catch if you're on the replay, thanks again for watching, or thank you for watching, I guess. But we're just dragging this out way too long now. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks to Robert Hix, as always, for doing our awesome production. If you need help with any live streaming production, get in touch with him. It's Robert Hix, Hix. It should be HIXXX, but it's HIX. Anyway, horrible joke. I'll see you all next week. IndieMusicPlus.com. JoeJoeKeys. Peace.